I'll watch some TV. It'll help me to relax.
Welcome back to the Ren and Stimpy recap. Today we are wrapping up Season 2 for now by doing a tier list ranking of every Season 2 episode. Just like with Season 1, we are doing a ranking between S and F tier.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
First off, we have Rens Too Fake. This episode is just gross, and while there are other gross episodes this season, not only is this one like the worst with the grossness, but it's also the one that has it has pretty much nothing to redeem it in my opinion. All the other Season 1 episodes, Season 2 episodes, I can at least point out things I like in them, but this one, I like the scene of them going to sleep, I like the design of the flies. If the episode has pretty much nothing I like, it only makes sense for it to be going in the F tier. Oh, by the way, as you can see here, we are using my thumbnails from the retrospectives, not because I think it looks good, because it kind of doesn't, but because I was trying to make the tier list. I made the tier list because there aren't really many tier lists for Ren and Stimpy, and when I put like all the title cards in, like 6 of them just wouldn't show up. I don't know why, but it was something wrong with the resolution or something, so I had to do it this way because I didn't want like 15 title cards and then 4 of my I wanted it all to match anyway, so that's why we have the thumbnails here. Next up we have Son of Stimpy. Now this one is very different from Rens Too Fake because this one has stuff I like and nothing I hate really. This one is just so boring though. I like stuff that's in the first third of the episode, but then it's just not a very entertaining watch. And Ren and Stimpy is not a show that should ever be boring. I don't find all the fart and butt jokes funny either, so I might not be in the target audience for this one. But Son of Stimpy is going in the E tier. Then we have A Visit to Anthony. This is such a nothing episode in my opinion. To be honest, all this episode should have been is like a short with the dad and Ren and Stimpy. A Visit to Anthony is way too long and has no reason being a special. This episode could have been a couple spots above if I took the segments into consideration. But even if the 2 segments that come with this episode are really good, they have nothing to do with the actual episode, and the content of the episode isn't enough to make it anything more than a D tier in my opinion. Now we have The Cat That Laid the Golden Hairball. This is not a very strong episode, but what makes it stand out from the first 3 is that there is more stuff I actually enjoy here. I think the plot is interesting, and the dynamic of Ren and Stimpy as boss and factory worker is something new that works for the show. The reason we are talking about it this early is of course because the hairball stuff is just really gross. The hairballs themselves isn't even the worst part, it's the constant licking of hair. It's so much focus put on it as well, so I can't really appreciate the stuff I actually like. It's going in the D tier. Now we have Mad Doghoek. Mad Doghoek is a solid episode, but not much more than that. I think the slapstick in it is good, but that's kind of all we get. There are also the visuals, of course. This episode looks very different from the rest of the season, and it's honestly pretty great. The episode looking good is a bit of a saving grace, but it's still going in the C tier. This is not even the right episode. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, I kind of spoiled the next pick, but that's Powder Toastman. I know people really like this one, or I think they do. I was expecting some more backlash on my retrospective on the episode, but my videos on Svenwick and Rubber Nipple Salesman has more dislikes, and those were positive, so maybe I was wrong. But anyway, while I think Powder Toastman is a fun character, I don't think the episode is good enough to justify the focus being taken away, like the focus being not on Ren and Stimpy. It's still a fun episode, but it's C tier. Now we have Monkey See, Monkey Don't. I kind of like this one, like the whole episode is just kind of a chill watch. That is, except for the gross out with eating bugs. That kind of drags the episode down a bit. It's not a big part of the episode, but it is kind of bad, and the rest of the episode isn't anything special. It's Ren and Stimpy being monkeys. The monkey song is amazing though. I'm putting Monkey See, Monkey Don't in the C tier as well. Then we have The Great Outdoors. This is similar to The Cat Who Laid the Golden Hairball, where I really like one part of the episode and really don't like the other parts. I think the two going camping is a no-brainer plot for the show, like of course that's gonna be funny. But then we get terrible implications with this old man, which ruins the episode. Or it doesn't ruin it, but it does put it into the C tier. Whereas it would have been higher if this guy wasn't trying to mock main characters. Okay, now we have a dog show. This is the last episode that I have like a noticeable problem with. That problem is the animal abuse. It is a bit too real in this episode. I'm not saying it can't be funny. It is funny in another episode this season, but in this one I just feel way too bad for the two. The episode is actually pretty good otherwise though, but nothing crazy. It's going in the C tier. Yes, next is Big Baby Scam. This is like a better version of Monkey See, Monkey Don't. The two being babies is not quite as funny as being monkeys, but the episode skips the gross stuff. There is the bath scene, but it's not as bad. The episode is funny though, it's just a crazy one with a lot of fun stuff happening. It's gonna be our first B tier. Next is Haunted House. I like Haunted House for what it is, which is a pretty generic cartoon Halloween special. The whole plot was borrowed from another series, and you can really tell. It's not bad though, matter of fact it's pretty good. I'll put it in the B tier. Rubber Nipple Salesman is like a better powdered Toastman. We got 3 plots in one episode, all involving returning characters. The first 2 stops with Mr. Horse and the Fire Chief were both amazing, and if the last one with Mr. and Mrs. Pipe was on that level, it would be an easy A tier. But sadly that last stop is just okay, and takes up a bit too much of the episode. It's still good though, I'll say it's going in the B tier. Fake Dad. I like this one. Kowalski is one of the best one-off characters. Actually, I don't know if he is a one-off character, maybe he returns later in the show. I hope so. But he's really funny, and unlike some other episodes this season, this new character shares the spotlight with Ren and Stimpy instead of stealing the spotlights. And Ren and Stimpy are as hilarious as Kowalski here, and honestly I was debating A tier with this one, but for now at least it's gonna go in the B tier. But like up, how do I... okay. Next is Out West. Out West is an episode that really grew on me. I said it was good in my retrospective, but it's honestly deserving of a great. I think the western vibe, the sheriff characters, Three-Fingered Hoek, Stupid the Kid, it's gonna be our first episode in the A tier. Then we have Royal Canadian Kilted Yaxman, the closer of this season and a great one at that. As an episode it's great, and as a special it's great as well. The journey the two go on with their 2 yaks is just so epic and fun. It's going in the A tier. Now we got Svenwick, the first special of the show, and a very good start-off point for them. Svenwick is an all-around great watch. The first half is just fun, watching Sven and Stimpy goofing around, but the second half, when Ren gets home, is when the episode goes from good to fantastic. When the episode gets to the Ren freakout scene, that scene is one of the best in the whole show. This episode is going in the A tier, but it's very close to S tier, and it's A tier for now. Now we got Man's Best Friend. Way better than George Licker's second appearance, I just gotta say that. In this one, everything is on point. George Liquor is a great protagonist for the episode. His balance between scary and hilarious makes the episode fantastic, and Ren and Stimpy taking a back seat actually works here. This is gonna be our first S tier. And now we got In the Army. This was the first episode of the season, and what a way to kick it off. In the Army is kind of a guilty pleasure for me. Of this top 5 I got, this is probably the only episode that people would question. The other 4 seems universally praised as the best of the show, while In the Army isn't really talked about as much. Wait, am I tripping? Wait, 1, 2, 3... Okay, I said the top 4, because I don't think the Royal Canadian Kill the Jacksman is praised as much. But I kind of lost myself. What was I saying? I really like In the Army. The no sleep scene is one of the best scenes I have ever seen, and the whole episode manages to build up the insanity plotline naturally, while only being an 11-minute episode, which is really impressive. And in my opinion, it's going in the S tier. And last but not least, we have Stimpy's Fan Club. This is the best special so far, and I'd be really surprised if there is a special better than this in the coming seasons. There is, however, one special left that I think could be a contender, but for now, Stimpy's Fan Club has not only the special crown, but the Season 2 crown. Because, yeah, it's obviously going in. Oh, I can't move it. Oh no. I hope this isn't crashing right now. My computer is like not working. Oh, okay. No, where did it go? It's supposed to be in the S tier, but I kind of lost it. I'm looking for the title card right now. Oh, here. Yeah, it's going in the top of the S tier. This is the best episode of the season for many reasons. The episode's pacing is perfect. The plotline of Ren going insane is perfect. The visuals are perfect. I don't have any complaints about Stimpy's Fan Club. There is nothing here I don't like. So, yeah, that's my list. Would love to see your lists, or just your favorite episode of the season, your least favorite episode of the season, in the comments. But join me next time, where we are taking a look at A Yard Too Far.
Goodbye, folks.